In 5 feet, make a right turn. Recalculating, 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 recalculating.
How many people here have experienced this sort of situation? Recalculating, wasting time, money, gas, recalculating, watching your freeway exit inch away from your rear view mirror, recalculating. Hi, I'm Ethan, CFO.
Future vision. Now, how many of you in this room have ever heard of virtual reality? Whether you've seen it, played it, heard of it, anything. Okay, now how many of you in this room, by a raise of hands, has heard of augmented reality? A little bit different than VR. They're similar in some sense, but not entirely. Now, for those of you who don't know who augmented reality is, how many of you in here have ever heard of Iron Man? You've seen him, or you've seen the movie, any of them, 1, 2, or 3? Okay, so those of you who are kind of iffy on what augmented reality is, I would like everybody in the room to just close your eyes for 1 second, including the judges, please. And I want you guys to imagine Iron Man's suit. Now, I want you to divert your eyes up towards the helmet, preferably the glass of which he's looking through. I want you to imagine the gadgets, the widgets, and the applications flying back and forth on the screen, telling him the exact critical situation of his suit. Okay, now open your eyes. That is a further advanced version of augmented reality of which we want to reach one day. So what you just imagined, we want to take those gadgets, those widgets, and those applications flying across that screen and essentially put them into a reality situation. We want to take what you just imagined and put it in front of the driver's side, on the driver's side windshield, so you can have constant updates about navigation, constant updates about the current weather, constant updates about the current time. So now, David, why are we creating this kind of technology?
Reduce eye diversion.
Alan, why are we creating this?
To reduce navigation errors.
And David, why are we creating this?
1.6 million car crashes happen every year. 330,000 of them are because of phone-related accidents. 1 in 4 car crashes in the United States are due to texting and driving. Has your GPS ever been slow to update? Your turn is now half a mile behind you, and you have to take another route. You have to take U-turns, get onto different freeways just to get back to where you wanted to be. So, let me level with you guys. Have you ever driven on the freeway and your exit's coming up? You get on the exit and it tells you to keep left, right? Well, I'm gonna keep left. What's gonna happen when I keep left, David?
Recalculating now, sir.
Exactly. Now, my freeway exit's on the right. I'm going a completely different direction. I don't know where I'm gonna end up. So our solution to this problem is to take the GPS and display it on your windshield. We want to integrate that one line that you see on the map, and it'll look like it's on the physical street. You'll never miss a turn, you'll never miss an off-ramp. You can also put different gadgets on there. We'll put time, weather, nearest gas station. It'll all be customizable. What you don't need, you can just take off.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today's technologies are getting better and better. 24/7, 365 years, non-stop. We have to face it. The future is right around the corner. So for us, the augmented reality first popped up in 2016, and it's been advancing at a speed that we have never seen before. And by 2020, it will be spiking.
Now, as every small startup business is going to have, there will essentially be direct and indirect competition. From our research, we found out that our direct competition is a gadget called NAVD. Now, who in this room has heard of NAVD? So NAVD is essentially a small heads-up display LCD screen set behind the driver's side steering wheel. Now, let me reinstate that again. It is set behind the driver's side steering wheel. If you need to adjust your seat, if you need to adjust your steering wheel, it's going to be out of view. Our current integration into cars will be projected onto the windshield itself, so any small adjustments with your seat, any small adjustments with your steering wheel won't matter as much because of the parallel light waves reflecting onto the windshield. Now, do we really even have to get started with GPS systems? Constantly, all you hear is rerouting, rerouting, rerouting. You should have turned left 2 miles ago. You end up somewhere you really didn't want to go. You're pretty sure you knew the right way, but they're telling you to go a different way, so you take this way and you realize it was 30 minutes longer than the other way you could have taken. So with our technology, it will essentially make it more cost efficient It'll make it safer, and it'll keep any risk of diverting your eyes off the road down to a minimum.
We want to pitch this idea to car companies who want better driving conditions, their safety above the roof. Anybody who owns a car, you guys drive cars, right? You guys qualify for one. All right. So for 500 more, you can get the augmented windshield.
So when it comes to financial side of this entire situation, we were lucky enough to receive $40,000 to investors to improve on our technology, on top of $30,000 from our very own pocket, $5,000 coming from each of us. On top of that $70,000, we were lucky enough to have our friends and family also invest $30,000, giving us a total of $100,000 to invest in software development, beta testing, and more integration into cars. Our milestones for years 1, 2, and 3 are pretty straightforward. Mile 1, we want to be able to integrate our technology into 1 million cars being sold in any car dealership. Now, when we get to year 2, we expect to see exponential growth by at least five times of year 1. By this time, people will already know our technology is reliable, it's safe, and it runs better than any current state that cars may have. When we get to year 3, we're expecting to see even greater exponential growth, going 10 times the amount of year 1, and essentially being integrated in almost every car.
If a car company charges $500 more for this, we're asking for 2.5% of each sale. So $12.50 for each unit sold. If we use those numbers for the first, second, and third year, we're looking at $12.5 million, and just going up from year 2 and year 3. Our funding request, we only need $68,000 to make this work. $68,000 to make your roads safer, to raise your fuel economy, so we can save more money in your pocket.
So when it comes down to it, our business future vision isn't essentially all about the money. We're here entirely to minimize accidents related to texting and driving, diverting your eyes off of the road, where our technology can clearly display information without having you to divert your eyes from distractions when it comes to navigation or cell phones.
We also want to raise your fuel economy. That's one of the key points. By missing off-ramps, you spend more gas. My car gets 13 miles to the gallon. I really don't want to miss another turn. We also want to create safe driving conditions. Nobody will have to make a 4-lane change just to get on the freeway off-ramp. They'll know where it is due to our lines.
And that's the end of our presentation. Thank you very much.